Everybody, welcome back. We are starting live again. We've been having issues with network, but now we have chosen another method. Thank you for coming back and not giving up. We can't just give up now. We've gone too far from where we started from. This program has to be done, and that's the truth. Yes, I have Professor Oli with me here in the studio, or how do I put it now? Here, I asked him a question. I want us to go straight to business. No, I don't want us to be parabolating because of time. Who is a narcissist? From Professor Oli of the University of Ibadan. Yes, we're here. The speakers is on. We are ready to listen to you.
I will try to describe it in such a way that the ordinary layman will understand this character. Narcissism is taken from the Greek mythology of a man that is always looking into the mirror himself, and he was so focused on the mirror every morning and look at himself, and sometimes must focus to the extent that he died in trying to focus on himself.
Wow.
So it gives us someone that's full of himself, that believes in himself, and he has this dominant character that you must respect him. You must bow and to his wishes. He's someone that is always full of himself. Let me just put it that way. He's full of himself, and to the extent that he doesn't recognize you as a person. He's very numb emotionally to the things around him. He doesn't have feelings for you. He's always full of himself. It's like someone that if you have someone around you and that needs an assistance, that's probably maybe is probably maybe abused or needs some care. He's not bothered about you, but he always wants you to kind of respect and do according to his wishes and serve him, so to say, and recognize him. If he enters the place now, you always want people to stand up for him, recognize him, say, you are this, you are that, and so on and so forth. And it's like an entertainer, and he carries himself along and put on the best of clothing, dressing, and put on and work in such a way that it definitely commands kind of a respect.
Wow.
In a way that people can understand the person that he's emotionally numb.
Wow.
He doesn't feel sympathy.
He doesn't feel sympathy.
If you go to a narcissist now and probably maybe cry for something, cry for help, he won't bother. In fact, he can give you, while you are still crying, just enter his car and go to a golf club and begin to play.
Wow.
Play. He's not bothered about you. And we have so many narcissists as head of families, head of organizations, company directors, and
do we have them? Do we have them as spiritual leaders too?
Hello.
Do we have them as spiritual leaders too?
Yes, spiritual leaders too. That is not bothered about the feelings of the members of the congregation.
Wow, they don't care about the members of the congregation.
It's always after you wear the best clothes, you wear the best cars, and when people come to them for a particular help or about, he's not bothered. He might pretend as if maybe he's attending to your needs, but he won't attend to your needs. He will just push it aside and say, no, he might probably promise you, but he won't attend to your needs. They're always full of themselves. That's a narcissist.
Wow. Do we have some specific women that are attracted to men like this? Because I've noticed some particular set of women that are attracted. Is it a law of attraction, or there are specific women that get involved in get engaged to them? Do you have some set of women that are attracted to the narcissist?
Of course, in the narcissist is very charming.
Wow.
He's very charming. He's fashionable. So especially when they are rich. The women always fall for them, even though they are maltreated. They are abused emotionally, at times even physically. They are abused, but because of the charming character, because of this gift, many of them could be very handsome. Rich. Definitely, you find some women,
flocking around them.
The women, of course, are always suffering in that relationship.
Wow, that was actually that was going to be my next question.
Of the charming character, you always fall for them.
So women always falls for them because of their. Now, when they start a relationship with a lady or with a person, is there any black flag, red flags, things you will see, and that will just give a caution and say, this person, because most of the time the people that are engaged or married to them makes me to realize that these people were so nice, they were so good, they went all the way, they did everything, they opened the door of the car for you to light, things like that. Is that part of their deception or their trait? I need you to explain that, sir.
Of course, deception is always part of this character.
Deception.
They are very pretentious, especially when they are courting, especially when they are still in the early relationship. And then don't forget a character about them. They are not, I don't know whether you know what. Of course, there's a red flag. When you tell a man, perhaps maybe you went through some difficult moments, and you needed somebody that will give you some emotional support. Maybe you want to talk to a man, and you could see the kind of his reaction. He's not really bothered, or he just brush it off.
There's no empathy. Are you talking about not being empathetic?
Yes, of course. They are not only sympathetic. They are not even empathic. They don't. They are not. Empathy is somebody that, of course, once you know that is empathizing and on your issue, you will know. They postpone and they procrastinate a kind of a demand from the woman, and that's a red flag. They pretend as if they will attend to your needs, but they won't. They will probably not attend to it. They will keep on postponing and they keep on procrastinating. And they're not really bothered about it themselves. You might tell, a woman might come home and say, and that is like that, and there is this thing for my family, this and this and so on and so forth. They say, I've had. Have you prepared my food?
So the next thing is, have you prepared my food? The next thing is like those words does not make sense to them.
Exactly. Saying, and don't worry about things. Have you done this for me? So he's always involving issues around himself. You see, when you tell him about the children and something that is bothering you as a woman, it's deep for yourself. You see,
wow.
Something like that. You see, he's not empathic, he's not really listening to you. But say, he will pretend as if he's listening to you, but really he's not listening to you. And 2, 3, 4 days, he might say, because mobile so call, the thing I have told you, have you done it? You say, okay, that's it, don't worry, I will attend to it, but he will never attend to it.
Now, Prof, I'm on program on Instagram Live, Toxic or Not Toxic, and we are addressing the issue of narcissistic personality disorder. And we're looking at, the traits. He has given us a lot of, how they relate, what they do, and how they are wired. Now, the question is, you were giving a lot of references to women and women. Do you have female narcissists too? Is it gender-based? I need us to know.
Of course, but it's not prominent. Is a man a personality trait.
Is more. I've seen some women that are narcissistic. Okay, it's more of men. Okay.
If it is women, it will be histrionic. They call it histrionic personality.
Histrionic personality disorder.
Women that will command that if you don't address them, for example, if they are professor and you said Mrs. Johnson, they will take offense. They are no, you are not addressing it properly. You see? Wow. And then once they enter a place, a gathering, you always notice them with their high heel shoes, with their dressing.
Okay.
They will always, they're very dramatic. They always command attraction wherever they are. They will always, you do something that you just make you to recognize them or just shift your attention to them. That's from the histrionic point of view of women. Women are more of that. Although you see have some men that are very histrionic. But in this perspective, the problem is the emotional neglect, so to say, the emotional numbness, and full of themselves, grandiosity. People that believe that they are more than what they are.
So they over exaggerate themselves and underestimate others.
That's the narcissist.
Now, another question I want to, yes, sir.
The major thing that describes them is this emotional numbness.
Emotional numbness. So they don't have empathy, they don't have sympathy, they don't feel for people. Even when you go all the way to do something, they don't value it and appreciate it. Now, another question, like I was saying, the last time we met, you were saying something that, when it comes to most marital conflicts, is actually personality issue. And I want us to balance it a little bit. Some personalities, like the choleric, the male, some of them have this thing you've just talked about, about the narcissist. Can we say that some of this, some temperaments, I know in the world of psychology, you don't use the choleric, the melancholy, the phlegmatic, or the sanguine, but I'm just saying it in the light of, in a layman's way, the talker, the thinker, the detailed, and the thorough. Can we say that this temperament can be narcissistic? I just want to clear that before I take you to another question that I have, sir.
You see, some of them are not temperamental. You see, so I'll just ignore. If they have that kind of just ignoring you, and some of them may not be temperamental, and as a result of that, they may not really be a problem to relationship.
Okay.
Except the woman or the other person in that relationship is very sensitive.
Okay.
You see, if you are not sensitive to insults, in other words, it has to do with your own personality as well as a woman, you might go along with the relationship for long, provided that you are ready to do their bidding.
To do what? I didn't get that.
Of a woman, if you are so low in your temperament of a woman, if you can tolerate a narcissist, there will be no problem.
You are taking me to another question. Can you leave?
The man and the woman and both of them are narcissists.
You mean a narcissist can marry a narcissist?
Is that right?
You mean a narcissist can also marry a narcissist?
But they will always separate at the end because they always go their different ways.
It's like two elephants or two lions in a place.
One is full of himself, that one is full of himself. Everybody wants to
bow to the other.
And household issues might suffer, children might suffer in the process. And at the end, they will say, irreconcilable difference is making us, separated. There was a story of someone that I know very well. The wife married a medical doctor, and then the husband a businessman, and then consequently to put their children in boarding schools. And then there was a call to to the husband that the child is sick in school, and they needed the attention of either the family or the man. And the man called the wife, and they were talking, something like that. People,
wow.
I don't have time.
At the point of death of a child.
The child died.
The child died?
Yeah, the child died.
Wow.
And at the end, they had to separate. I mean, so that is the kind of two personalities full of themselves, full of their career. They're not really bothered about. They don't have feelings. I mean, imagine if the man says the man should go and attend to the needs of the child. I believe that the woman should go there because of her career, because of this thing that is just so full of himself. And
wow.
Whatever you are pushing it, you to go. That's emotional numbness.
Wow.
You don't have feelings for the child. Call your child. Say, the child is this and this, and both of them neglected that the child died.
Wow.
So we have a situation whereby two narcissists personality traits marry, and of course that will always be the resultant effect of such relationship.
Wow. Now, Prof, I'm with Professor Oli, a professor of clinical science from the University of Ibadan, and we are addressing the issue of narcissistic personality disorder. Can you live a life or have a life living with a narcissist? Is it possible for you to be fulfilled as a man or a woman? But basically we are looking at, okay, there are more of men than women. Can a woman really survive and thrive and become what he is destined or what is dreaming to become? I don't want to sound spiritual, saying destined, but whatever the person brought to the table, like a potential or anything into that relationship, can she really thrive and live a life living with a narcissist? Please, I want you to flog that.
In health issues, we always talk about prevention. If you can prevent mind a narcissist, that would be.
If you can pretend and lie, you will thrive.
But if by virtue of ignorance or lack of skill, because some women don't have social skills, they can't detect easily but personality issues and traits. And one major thing that is causing serious marital issues is personality issues. I don't know him, he doesn't know me, and let's assume, okay, now I know you, you know me. Then what do I do? I've entered this relationship. It requires counseling.
Thank you.
Professionals like you.
Professional intervention.
And teach them some social skills, how to navigate the relationship. You see, and then what to do. It requires some kind of a constant counseling.
Strong support system, strong counseling. Those are the words you're using here. Somebody to keep intervening.
Yes, and a consistent about marital counseling, and in fact, like a day-to-day follow-up. It's like someone going to see the doctor at the clinic and say, okay, how do you use the doctor today? And what he said, okay, tell me, he took in a diary and said, okay, next time when he puts up this kind of a character, this is what he should do. And when he put up this character, this is what he should do. You see, serious tolerance training, social skill training, problem-solving training, and how just to navigate through that turbulence. At times, it will not be violent.
There may be a covert narcissist, yes.
And abuse.
Yeah.
Psychological and emotional abuse, such relationship.
Wow.
You see, because many of them, because of their status in the society, they will not be violent. So they can abuse you emotionally. I've seen people that are seriously emotionally abused.
Wow.
To a narcissist husband.
Wow. Now, Prof, can a narcissist change?
A narcissist, yes.
Can he or she change? with time, that a lot of people, when they are married, with time they change, they adapt, they adjust. Can a narcissist change?
Anybody can change. God can change anybody. But in psychology, we don't talk about change, because we believe that as an adult, your personality is crystallized. In other words, but we can modify. We can modify your personality. In other words, we can, through some training and counseling, we can say, okay, and we can confront you with reality. This thing is affecting people around you, and look at the extent of threat. So we can begin to say, okay, can you please adjust? Can you please adapt? So through that process, if the person is willing to,
Thank you.
Is willing to, then we can modify that video. But if they're not willing to,
even a professor is saying, oh. Now, another thing is, I notice that people that have this narcissistic personality disorder, they have a type of addiction. Some of them are addicted to sex, some to gambling. Some of them are also addicted to stuffs. Now, in a relationship with a spouse that is being treated in a toxic way, now there is also an issue of unfaithfulness, probably money, sex, and other things that comes into an addition to the personality disorder of a narcissist. How do you think a woman will cope, or a man will cope? I don't want to leave it to, okay, only women and only men are narcissistic in nature, or only men. I just want to look, okay, let's look at it from both genders. Now, how does the spouse of the person that have recorded multiple sexual activities from the man who is a narcissist, how would the spouse cope in that relationship? Now, you don't forget, the abuse is there, the mental abuse is there, the emotional abuse is there, the psychological abuse is there. Sometimes there's a financial abuse, coupled with the fact that now the person is being cheated on. I've seen some ladies that are HIV positive today because they are living with a narcissist and an addict, and they are not speaking up because they felt they have no choice than to be there. Can you please shed more light on that, please, the Prof?
Well, hello, are you?
We're there. I'm listening. We are listening.
Like if you look at the major dominant character of a narcissist, and when it comes to the issue of sex and finance, a narcissist will just, in fact, they will just climb on you, the wife, climb on the wife, do whatever he wants to do, and just off. It just off. It doesn't give you any feeling.
Wow.
He himself doesn't feel anything. He just wants to just put you there and just get out. Not get off. He could just go to his bed, his bath, and the next thing is prepare their food. When it comes to the issue of finance as well, of course, many of them, I mean, some of them of course, they will attend to your needs, really. But aside attending to your needs, and okay, maybe if they are friends enough, they will attend to your needs, and then get it doesn't really bother what you want to do. Okay, what do you need? This and this. Okay, I will send you a check. I will drop this money to your account, and so on and so forth.
Prof, what you are saying in essence is that for you to be able to survive relating with people of this type of personality disorder that is called a narcissist, you need a solid, strong support system.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay, I said for us to be able to live and survive with a narcissist, it means that you need a strong, solid support system. Like you said, it's like going to the clinic every day to find out, to know how to undo this. When it's like the dynamism of that relationship is crazy. Let me put it that way. To an extent that you have to, like you said, you have to You have to be, be consistent with your doctor or your therapist or your counselor. Is that what you're saying? Because I've seen a lot of women, when they try to reach out to a counselor and the narcissist gaslights them again, change them, make them feel bad, they just shut down, or the narcissist pretend as if it's fine at the moment. How do we help people that are in this toxic relationship being married to a spouse that has a narcissistic personality disorder? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear you because.
Oh, you didn't hear me. It's actually raining.
What I can deduce from what you said is the issue of maybe therapy.
Therapy, yes, kind of, yes, sir.
People, or this kind of a toxic relationship. Like I said, it's therapy, and therapy, depending on your model and then your pattern or what you believe in. It could be spiritual, it could be
psychotherapy,
traditional.
Yeah.
It could be eclectic in your approach. In other words, you use the things within the environment of your counseling to really put them in shape. But it's always good for both man and woman to be involved in therapy. And for them to know that they have a problem. Once they know that they have a problem, they need to solve that problem, then it's outdone. The issues. So the next thing is just for you to really and be open to them, let them be open to you, and let them know the extent, impact of their relationship, what is happening on each one of them, and of course, perhaps on the children. So such people will definitely need therapy, and unfortunately, there is no drug.
I need to ask you a question. When you said there is no drug, is narcissistic personality disorder a mental illness? Prof, before you continue, I need to ask this question. Oh wow, Prof, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Your voice is breaking really.
I know it's breaking. I know it's a stressful one today, but I'm so grateful that you were able to even, in
my area now is the rain water falls, so it's really blowing, so perhaps that's what it's affecting.
It's also drizzling here. It's also raining here. I wanted to ask one question. No. Okay, I was going to ask you, Prof, dealing with this kind of people, their wives, their husbands, are they going to enjoy their lives till the old age if they have to continue with a man who does not have insight? Is narcissistic personality disorder, is it a mental illness? Because you said something that unfortunately they cannot take drugs. So is it a mental illness? I need to know. There's no medication for it.
It's a mental illness, though.
Wow.
It's a mental illness, though.
Wow.
Many of them, we are not talking about some other comorbid consequences of being a narcissist. They put the woman, they have depression. They themselves at times might accept that they don't want to believe that they have problems. That's what they have, because they have this grandiosity. They don't believe that they have a problem.
Wow.
For the women, that is either the woman or the man, as the case may be, of course it is suffering from serious emotional trauma.
Wow.
You see, and then they can lead to depression, and that can trigger a serious mental problem. If there's an underlying mental disorder in the family, you can trigger it up, and then you go to a full-blown psychiatric issue. So it's a mental problem. It's a mental issue.
Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental problem. So it's like actually living with somebody that is mentally ill. Wow. No, honestly, I just needed. I mean, I'm talking to a professor here who is informed. A mental person that is wearing clothes. In my language, they call them Weriala Shaw. Now, I want to really appreciate you, Prof. It's been, I mean, I intentionally maximize these moments because I know a lot of people are listening and they're watching, and they know that this little information would take them to take their lives back and come to a place where they can live and not, because Prof, I've had to deal with some women that have been married to such personality disorder, and they are treating terminal disease now. And you said it, that if they are not careful, they can get into depression. They can also lose their minds also. So I'm glad that you intentionally, yes, sir, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. You should emphasize part of our teenage young adults and premarital counseling. You should emphasize some of these personalities that could be toxic to their relationship with the future. Let them understand, and let them begin to make them observe the red flags so that they can avoid such relationships.
Those younger ones, Prof, wait, let me make it loud. Those younger ones, in counseling, premarital counseling, we should emphasize this personality thing that marks themselves in this relationship, for them to note the black flags and the red flags in the relationship, to be careful. Is that what you're saying, Prof?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope they will listen. Some of them, when they are really in love, they don't want to listen to their heart. They don't want to. They are just engulfed with their emotions. They are not thinking outside the box. Though there is no box anywhere, it's their mind that boxes them. But they don't listen to the voice of wisdom.
You are right. In fact, but I believe that we parents, we have a lot to do in that regard, like to our female children. And parenting is difficult. You don't do it, but if you put enough effort, it's to protect the life of these children in the future. And so they'll be very happy and glad for doing that. Parenting is very, very difficult. In fact, it's the most difficult thing I've ever seen in my life.
Parenting is hard work, man.
Parenting. Hey.
Prof said, hey, parenting.
And into a very good character in life.
Wow. We've done well today. I'm happy that we still had to do this despite all the obstacles and the challenges. We are resilient in getting to disseminate this information to all our listeners. Prof, I want to say a very big thank you to you for allowing us to be to have you this evening or this morning or afternoon, depending on the time people are listening to us from. Thank you so much, Prof. I'll call you back after the program. Let me just do a recap of what you have said to everyone that have listened to us tonight, so that I will just emphasize some of the things you said while I allow you to go for these few minutes. Thank you, Prof. I'm grateful. Wow. This is a bomb. Hearing from a professor who is I want to read his resume again. Dr. Oli is a lecturer at the University of Ibadan, and is a professor, and telling us this. The point he made that I need to emphasize and flog is that the person that is a narcissist does not have empathy. I've had cases, I've handled cases that are scary. If you hear what those guys did, what they said, how they acted, you'll be wondering, is it for real? And it's actually for real. He said you have to get yourself into treatment. It's like doing a medical treatment. Probably you have cancer. Married to a narcissist is worse than having cancer. It's an emotional cancer. It eats you up. You are drained. You are starved. Life is snuffing life out of you. It takes a person that is strong, that can, survive, that will be able to survive a narcissist. It's bad. And Professor said something. He said, if you are married to a person like that, you checking into therapy. The therapeutic sessions is a marathon. It's like you need that your therapist till you die, because if anything happens, you have to help that person to treat the issue by the episodes or whatever happens. For instance, maybe your child wants to get married and he tells you he's not coming. How do you handle it? How do you deal with the shame? How do you deal with the embarrassment? You need a therapist, your counselor and your therapist, to stay by you and teach you how to navigate the dynamics of how to go about it, that you'll be able to stand up and stand out and not mind whatever anybody says or feel. You need a strong support, strong, solid system of support to be able to survive and not mind the culture, mind the tradition, mind what anybody will say. Listen to me. If you find yourself in that kind of relationship, Professor said the person cannot change. It's no. What changes a man is when you know that something is wrong with you. You have insight. I've seen men that are committing adultery, they are narcissists, and they don't see anything wrong in what they are doing. So they're cheating their wives, hurting their children, and still, they are still not bothered. They don't want to go through therapy. They don't want to do anything because they don't think they have a problem. What changes a man is insight. Oh, I'm wrong. I didn't do it well. I'm sorry. Then you change. Then you start a new life. He also said something that rocked me. He said, when you are dating, listen to me, young ones, I will forever flog it. That's my passion. The signs were there. Love is blind. Marriage will open your eyes. You saw it coming. There is no woman that have been privileged to do therapy for, counseling them, in dealing with a toxic husband or wife, that they never saw the sign coming. The signs were there. But because of love is blind. Marriage is an eye-opener. Because of love, they shrug and they silenced those voices of wisdom and reasoning, and they went in there like a goat going to a slaughterhouse. Today, they are regretting it. So listen to me. A broken courtship is better than a broken life, or a broken purpose, or a broken vision, or a broken destiny. If you're sure that this person, the things you are seeing around him or her is giving you distress, you don't have peace, you are so confused, you are emotionally tired, you are drained, please seek a professional help for a solid intervention. I'm choosing my words. Finally, he said something that I want to say again. He said, parents, parenting. He even signed when he says, parenting. Watch your children. Don't let them enter into that kind of a trap. You can be vehement, telling them you are not marrying this person. And if you choose to marry that person, write an undertaking. This is what, anything that happens is your life. Because every time things happen to you that makes your parents know that, my son, my daughter will not be comfortable in this place. During courtship, note the red flag, the black flags. They are there. Don't shut that voice of wisdom. That's your intuition, that light, that conscience, that thing that tells you, wait, it's an alarm clock. Don't turn it off and tell yourself, it doesn't matter. It may not matter now, but it's going to matter tomorrow. Seek help. Don't die in silence. There's a way out of marrying to this man If you have people, you understand, people that understand the dynamics of how to help you out, there's always a way out of this struggle. Well, it's been a very, very hectic one today because of the circumstances that surrounded the recording, especially the rain and the network and all. But I'm still grateful that I'm able to have this. Please share it with your friends, people that you know that probably they're going through a similar situation, or they are married to strange men. You know, they are actually, is a mental illness. You heard it from a professor. I respect knowledge, I respect people, I respect education. He actually said it's a mental illness. So don't think you are going to be, I don't know. It's a choice. It's a choice you have to make. And when you see those signs, please don't waste your energy trying to save what cannot be saved. And let me say this. I believe something. The Spirit of God can change one if you are willing to submit yourself to the power that raised Jesus from the dead. When the Spirit of God dwells in you, the works of the flesh are manifest. You can start garbaging in and garbaging out, and you know, it takes somebody that has insight to even do that. You know, when the word of God can stare you at the face and convince you, and you are broken. A narcissist cannot be broken under the leadership of God's word. They are Mr. Right, they are never wrong. They don't say anything. It's you that they kept, you know, accusing and alleging that you are wrong, when there are errors, and what they have done is clear and it's obvious. Well, we have to stop at this junction. We give God the praise for the privilege to be able to do this tonight. I appreciate you so much for listening to me. Tomorrow I'll be taking questions, Q&A, just like that, to just, you know, give me a little bit of rest in all of this. Thank you so much for watching.